When I say that I was not expecting for my last video to be received in the way that it was received, I mean that shit. People are trying to drag me for my quote unquote misuse of the word gaslight, and I am big on taking accountability and ownership for things that you might have misspoken on, so we're not going to make this an exemption. Was there a word that could have been better used than gaslight? Probably. Did I want to use the word gatekeeping solely to explain what I was talking about? No. Did I want to use the word passive aggression to, again, talk about what I was trying to talk about? Also, no. You also can't provide context to literally anything in 15 seconds, which is why we're making this follow-up video now. I was specifically talking about the manipulative nature of some of the people that I have interacted with since I have been natural when it comes to asking for advice or product recommendations for their hair. Since some of you guys are convinced that I can't read, here is a definition. Pause to read. This is what I meant by the gaslighting. I'm talking about the subtle digs at people with type 4B, type 4C hair. I'm talking about the persistent negative humor that we see whenever we're talking about, again, more textured, coarser hair types. I'm talking about the persistent blaming of, again, people with these coarser hair types for the reasons that their hair doesn't perform in the way that other people who, again, have softer textures do, even with all the products that they've been pushed. And last but not least, number 4, the fact that there is always going to be a negative social comparison of those who, again, who have coarser textures than those who do not. The most common comment that I saw within that video is, oh, but it is just water. And if it is just water, then again, this is not about you. For the majority of people with curly or, textured hair, it is not going to be just water. It's going to be water and an oil, water and a gel, water and a cream, water and something else. The most frustrating thing when I was first becoming natural and I was going up to people who had similar hair types to mine, I would go up and I would ask, hey, what are you using? And they would say, well, I'm just using water. Meanwhile, I'm looking at their scalp. I'm looking at the fact that they have clearly gelled their edges down. I'm looking at their hair that it's clear that there's some sort of gel cast on it. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, okay, if it's just water, then why isn't my hair doing that? It's obvious that it's not just water. A bunch of these other comments were like, well, I don't understand why I have to share my routine with you. Like, I don't, And why? Why are you so adamant on not sharing your routine with somebody else who clearly needs the help? What this comes down to is texturism, and the fact that texturism has had a chokehold on Black women for centuries. And we can go on all day, every day about the psychological trauma that has happened as a result of people buying into texturism and the idea that, again, looser hair is better, looser hair is more acceptable, looser hair is the definition of beautiful when it comes to being a Black woman. This still wasn't enough time to elaborate on everything that I was trying to say. So if you have a better word for exactly what I was trying to get at, then go ahead and leave in the comments below. Otherwise, I have nothing else to add.